Hi, today we're going to do a classic Chinese bakery bun, which is pineapple buns. Pineapple buns don't actually have any pineapples in it, but are called so because of the pattern that forms on top of the crust. I make my milk buns using the Yudane method, which means we have to prep this the night before. So first we're just going to mix 70 grams of flour with 70 ml of hot water. Just mix it together until it forms a dough and put it in the fridge overnight. The next morning we're going to make the milk buns, so place the flour, sugar, salt and yeast into a large bowl, and then we're just going to lightly mix them together. I'm using instant yeast here, which means I don't have to activate it with warm water before adding it to the flour. We're then going to whisk the egg and the milk together and then pour it into the flour mixture. Then add in the Yudane we made from the previous night and then start mixing everything together until it forms a dough. Once you've formed like a scraggly dough, place it onto a flat surface and knead it until it's smooth. It doesn't have to be totally smooth, we just want to get rid of the bumps and lumps. It should take about 5 to 10 minutes and then we can add in the butter. Just place the butter in the middle of the dough and continue kneading it until it's really smooth. When you first add in the butter, it's not going to mix well with the dough and it'll look like you've done something wrong, but don't worry, just continue kneading it until you get a really soft and smooth dough. You can also test if the dough is ready by using your finger to press down into the dough, and if it springs back, then you've formed enough gluten. Once you've kneaded your dough until it's smooth, place it into a bowl and just let it rest for about an hour or until it doubles in size. While your dough is resting, we're going to make the pineapple crust, so cream the sugar and butter together until it's light and fluffy. You can also use an electric beater, I just couldn't be bothered getting it out. Once you've creamed the butter and sugar together, add in the egg yolk and the vanilla essence and then mix it until it's evenly combined. We're then going to sift in the cake flour, baking powder and baking soda and then just mix everything until it's evenly combined and you can't see any more streaks of flour. We're then going to get a large piece of cling wrap and then place the pineapple crust on top. Use the cling wrap to help shape the pineapple crust into a log. Once you've got it in a log shape, just wrap it up and then place it into the freezer while your dough is resting. When the dough has doubled in size, punch out the air and then place it onto a surface and lightly knead it into a ball. We're then going to cut the dough into 8 equal pieces, it's around 80 grams each. Once you finish cutting the dough, we're going to take one piece and then knead that into a ball. I like to turn it around and pinch all the seams together so that it's perfectly sealed, and then I'll place it into the palm of my hand and I'll roll it around until it forms a perfect circle. Repeat with the rest of the remaining dough and then place it onto a baking tray that's been lined with baking paper and let it rest until it's about 1.5 times in size. This takes about 45 minutes for me. Once your dough has finished resting, we're going to take out the pineapple crust and cut it into 8 pieces. Each piece should be about 33 grams. We're then going to take one piece, put it in between plastic wrap and then roll it into a circle. You can also use baking paper to do this, but I find that cling wrap is easier to work with. The crust should be about the same size as your buns, so once you finish rolling it into a circle, lift it up using the cling wrap and then flip it on top of your bun. Once you've placed it on top, just lift off the cling wrap and then push in the edges so that it touches the dough. Repeat the same thing with the remaining crusts, and once you've assembled them all, brush them with an egg wash. Bake them in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And that's it, our pineapple buns are ready. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.